What's up, family? Welcome back to a new video. And in today's video, we're covering the beautiful city of Brookhaven, Georgia. Let's get into it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time here, let me just introduce myself really quickly to you. My name is Raymond Riley Jr., and I'm a real estate broker here in Metro Atlanta. I work with buyers and sellers that are looking to relocate to the area, as well as buyers and sellers that are already here in the area, find real estate and also sell real estate. So if you're looking to buy a home or sell a home, I would love to talk with you. All of my contact information is down below. It can always be found in the video description as well. Feel free to reach out to me. Let's get a consultation booked so that we can determine if we're a good fit to go on the journey together. All right, so I'm excited to do this video for you guys today. It's been a while, and I've been brainstorming and planning and really sitting with my thoughts to produce this video about the beautiful city of Brookhaven, Georgia. Only a few years old, just over 10 years old, you'll find the beautiful city of Brookhaven, Georgia in the northeast corridor of the Metro Atlanta area. Brookhaven, Georgia sits in the county of DeKalb, and it is the largest city in DeKalb County, coming in at about 12 square miles. So it has its place in the books, if you will, and it is a prosperous little city. It is growing leaps and bounds. So before I get into the pros and cons, let me step back and orientate you to where it's located. Let's go ahead and pull up the map. So as you can see, Brookhaven, Georgia is located 11.9 miles to the north of downtown Atlanta, coming in just about 15 minutes driving time without traffic. On average, you probably can expect to get from Brookhaven, Georgia down to the city center of Atlanta in about 20 to 25 minutes on average, all right? So as I said before, Brookhaven, Georgia sits in the county of DeKalb, which is one of the 11 metropolitan counties that make up Metro Atlanta. So if you are curious about what is the definition of Metro Atlanta or which counties make up Metro Atlanta, I got a good video for you. Go to the channel, or it could be here on the right side. I produced a video detailing what makes up Metro Atlanta and showing you all of the 11 counties and beyond. All right, so that's a good video for you to increase your knowledge about the area. My channel is all about educating you and getting you to the point of knowing more about Atlanta, Georgia, living, hence Metro Atlanta all together. All right, so let's continue on in today's video. So as I said in the opening, Brookhaven, Georgia is only a few years old, just over 10 years old, coming in at 12 years old exactly. In 2012, Brookhaven, Georgia was awarded its cityhood by the referendum vote placed by the citizens or the residents of the area, all right, making it the 11th city in DeKalb County and the largest, all right? So that's a little quick 2-minute history about Brookhaven, Georgia. So let's give you some stats about the area. All right, so Brookhaven, Georgia, the population comes in at currently today 59,061 residents estimated. The median age comes in at 35 years old. Household income is approximately about $171,000 and some change per year. The ownership versus rent ratio is as follows. 54.6% of the residents are homeowners and 45.4% of the residents are renters. According to Realtor.com, the median home sold price for Brookhaven, Georgia came in the month of April at $693,300. However, according to Georgia MLS, as of today, all right, in producing this video, I ran some quick numbers, and the average listing price for the city of Brookhaven, Georgia right now currently stands at $1.5 million. So that being said, the cheaper properties are truly a needle in a haystack. My recommendation for anyone that's looking to buy here in Brookhaven, Georgia, to have a realistic budget between $850,000 to about $1.2 million. That'll give you a good variety of options to be able to explore here in the city. All right, moving right along. The public school system for the city of Brookhaven, Georgia will be DeKalb County Public Schools. Currently, the city of Brookhaven, Georgia does not have its own school system. Will that be something that the city will explore in the future? I think it's safe to say possibly. The nearest hospital access for the city of Brookhaven will be Northside Atlanta Hospital. Coming in just about 10 minutes drive north of Brookhaven, Georgia, you will find Northside Hospital, which is the area's one of the leading hospitals in our area of Metro Atlanta from the score factors of hospital scoring. So you can definitely do more investigating on Northside Hospital to learn more about, you know, where it ranks amongst the hospitals here in the state. But I believe it is amongst the top 5 here locally. The nearest major interstate for the city of Brookhaven, Georgia, is a little tricky of an answer. There's actually a few different routes you can take, but I'll give you, to stay on topic to my own question, the nearest interstate access will be Interstate 85 and Interstate 285. Both of them are about 10 minutes drive from the city center of Brookhaven. You also have access to Georgia Highway 400 on the on the west side, nearest Lenox and Buckhead. All right, so you have about 3 exit points, if you will, to be able to converge into other interstates as well as navigate beyond the Atlanta region and pretty much have a decent commute outside of the city of Brookhaven. Finally, the distance to the Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport comes in at 21.3 miles, which will take you approximately about 40 minutes on average to reach the airport, which in my view, that is a decent amount of time. You may can do it in 30 to 35, depending on your travel, you know, the times in which you're going to be heading towards the airport. But on average, I'd say expect about a 40-minute drive down to the airport, which is pretty decent. All right. Now that you know a little bit more about the city of Brookhaven, I want to show you a few points in the city just so you can see what it feels like on the ground. All right, so I'm going to take you down to the City Hall area as well as the town center area currently that they're using as an epicenter for retail, shopping, as well as an epicenter. And then I'm going to send up the drone and show you some different areas like the Brookhaven Park, as well as the Brookhaven Oglethorpe MARTA station. So you can see the rail and how it's all set up. So again, if you want to learn more about Brookhaven, Georgia, I hope you watch the video in its entirety. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up button if you've gotten value thus far. Drop a comment down below as well if you have questions or if you want to comment about the stats that I just revealed to you. So without further ado, let me take you into downtown, show you around, and then we're going to come back here and I'm going to tell you my top pros and my top cons of living in Brookhaven. See you when you get back.
was my best friend. I miss you so, I miss you so. Love you forever. We're still together. It ain't over, baby, nah. It ain't over, it ain't good. It ain't over, baby, nah. It ain't over, it ain't good. Every night, holding tight, won't let me get out of my bed. I might be high, but since last night, nothing feels the same. I finally understand, I have no control in the end. I miss you, babe, I miss you, babe. Love you forever. We're still together. It ain't over, baby, nah. It ain't over, it ain't good. It ain't over, baby, nah. It ain't over, it ain't good.
Honestly, I might catch a flight tonight, just in time to pick you up and see the sunrise. Days with you are my getaway, peace of mind on a rainy day. You know how to show up right on time, never late. You're everything I want, don't play. You're everything I need, don't change the way you feel. And baby, I'ma keep it real. If they gave me everything, I would give it all away for you. Give it all away. With you, I know I'll be okay. Girl, there ain't nothing I wouldn't do. You leave and it hurts so bad, even when I know that you're coming right back. It's like I need to be right where you're at. Only thing on my mind, and we both know that. If you need me, then I'm on my way. If we're together, then I'll be okay. Just know that I'm here to stay. If they gave me everything, I would give it all away for you. Give it all away. With you, I know I'll be okay. Girl, there ain't nothing I wouldn't do. If they gave me everything, I would give it all away for you. Give it all away.
was burning holes in my pocket. I had a little bit of faith, but I lost it. And I feel just fine. And I feel just fine. But I'm here now. I'm a little bit late from the reroute. A couple quarters on my eyes, can you see now? And I feel just fine. And I feel just fine. And I feel just fine. And I feel just fine.
Days keep flying, but that's on me. I'm so sick of wasting time. Can't you see I'm on the line? I'll keep trying to find my wits, and when I don't, I ain't never coming down. I ain't never coming down. Look like a million touch, so priceless. But they tend to cap you the finest. The summer love don't fade like a tattoo. Forever's not enough time to be with you. Sugar sweet, you a spice, you a movie. You a bay, you a belle, you a beauty. The summer love don't fade like a tattoo. Forever's not enough time to be with you. You got a smile, make a heart go tip tip. You butterfly, don't jar so with it. Guess your cards till you show me. You a royal flush, got me folding. Before you, I was sitting on the sidelines. Now every moment with you is my favorite highlight. And when you by my side, I'm always winning. Had me up by touchdown from the beginning. Oh, look like a million touch, so priceless. But they tend to cap you the finest. The summer love don't fade like a tattoo. Forever's not enough time to be with you. Sugar sweet, you a spice, you a movie. You a bay, you a belle, you a beauty. The summer
All right, y'all, welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed the little bit of tour that you've gotten from my little footage there in Brookhaven, Georgia. But fret not, because I'm going to be going back. Here's how you need to be plugged into the channel. Hit the subscribe button. By hitting the subscribe button, I will be on your timeline and your feed here on YouTube, so you can see when I post the next upload about Brookhaven, Georgia. I'm going to be going back. We're going to be getting deeper into some of your questions and concerns about Brookhaven. So 2 things I want you to do. Hit the subscribe button, as well as drop a comment and let me know what you want to know about Brookhaven, Georgia. And hopefully we can do a Q&A and I can answer some of those questions. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the pros and the cons of living in Brookhaven, Georgia. We'll start with the pros. Let's do it right now. Number 1 on my list will be great schools. Brookhaven, Georgia has some of DeKalb County public schools, best and top performing schools in the entire district. All right, so it's about as good as it's gonna get. And that was so Georgia and country, but bear with me. If you're thinking about moving to Atlanta, you will get used to people that sound like me, all right? But again, great schools in the sense that it has just about the best that DeKalb County public schools have to offer. All right. Also, there are great access to private schools and charter schools within decent commute of Brookhaven, Georgia. So if you're not liking what you see in the public school dynamic, there are several private schools within a 10 to 15 minute drive from Brookhaven, Georgia, which makes it convenient to have that alternative choice for your children. All right. So great schools is the first pro on my list. The second pro on my list will be immediate access to high-end shopping and dining. Also, though, a quiet enclave neighborhoods that anchor it, which is almost a little bit of a flip. Most people want this. They want to have that quick access to, you know, a top of the line Mediterranean restaurant or Asian steak, whatever cuisine that you want on that particular night at a high level, as well as the finer brands. You know, Phipps Plaza is right down the road from Brookhaven. You can get as much designer gear as your heart and your wallet can afford, all right? But you also have that alternative where when you go into your community, you feel as if you're in a community and it's not, you know, the hustle and bustle right through your residential area. So it's a nice, quiet enclave of neighborhoods that make up Brookhaven, which is so interesting and unique, I must add, for our area here in Metro Atlanta. So with that being said, let's move on to our third pro on our list. And that pro will be pride of community and community engagement. Brookhaven, Georgia, as I said to you guys, was incorporated in 2012. And it was incorporated by a grassroots operation that took hold by the residents that felt disenfranchised by the county of DeKalb. They felt that the city had so much potential, but it wasn't being cared for. It wasn't being maintained to their standard. And they got together and they made a referendum and they put that referendum to a vote and it became a city. All right. So that same level of community engagement still exists in the city of Brookhaven. So if you want a city that has that community feel, Brookhaven, Georgia should be a city that you consider here in Metro Atlanta. All right, pro number 4 on my list, we're almost there. We're almost there. Pro number 4 is great access to both interstates as well as public transportation. Those of you that are moving to Atlanta Metro from other areas in the country as well as the world may be more in tune with public transportation. The more I travel independently on my own, I understand the impacts of that. And I think being a native of Atlanta, sometimes we don't quite get it. All right. And I will be honest with you. I'm one of those that I get it now due to exposure because I've traveled the world. I've been to Europe. I've been to all of these different countries across the world. And so I understand that, and cities here in the United States, that people frequently rely on transportation and it does not equal a value of worth, right? It's just a medium in which they enjoy traveling that is more convenient in their regions. And so being able to still somewhat have that balance. Now, I will say Metro Atlanta, you will have to adapt a bit to driving because even though we have, just depends on where you want to go. But if you want to be in town, MARTA can definitely get you to where you need to be pretty decently. But there will be an adjustment if you want to try different, areas of Metro Atlanta, different suburbs. However, Brookhaven, Georgia is a great balance between that decision because you can still have access quickly to MARTA, which is our public transportation system here in the region. And it can connect you wherever possibly you need to go, especially more so in town. But you also have that quick access to the interstate that if you are commuting daily, is not going to be super detrimental. Brookhaven is situated in an area, of course there would be congestion, but it has a lot of alternative routes. And I think that, well, I know being a native of Atlanta, the more access you have to alternative routes, the better your commute will be, period. So that is why that is pro number 4 in my book. All right. Great access to interstate as well as public transportation for the city of Brookhaven, Georgia. Now we are on our last one, our 5th and final pro for today. And that pro will be taken from a real estate perspective. All right. So as you know, I'm a real estate broker and this video is partly because I want you to understand the real estate in the area of Brookhaven, but I want you to also be familiarized with the city as well. All right. But from a real estate perspective, Brookhaven, Georgia does something uniquely different that a lot of suburbs or in-town suburbs, if you will, do not quite do very well. All right. Brookhaven puts you really close to, say, Buckhead, Atlanta. But here's where it gets interesting. Those things that you enjoy about South Metro, like the big lots or the backyards, I'm not going to say value proposition because we're still North Metro. The cost per square foot is considerably higher than in the South Metro area. But if you can afford to live in the North Metro area and you want that same alternative or that same feel of the land size, Brookhaven, Georgia has you covered. It is not foreign for you to have a decent front yard and a decent backyard living in the city of Brookhaven, Georgia. So That is why I would say from a real estate perspective, that is one of the most advantageous things about Brookhaven, Georgia, is the fact that you can still have that duality, right? That and gain some of that feature that you may like from those South Metro properties. You can still have that quick access to all of the luxury and the exclusivity that Brookhaven has to offer, but also still get a decent garden space or a backyard space to be able to, you know, enjoy your life outside your home and have some space in between your neighbors. All right. So those are the 5 pros that are on my list. If you've enjoyed it, hit the like button, drop a comment down below, share your thoughts on what I consider to be some of my pros here for Brookhaven. Tell me if you agree or disagree. Look, I am secure in myself and my knowledge that I can have a conversation of competing opinions. So feel free to comment as your heart desires. All right, now, whether it's good, we got to look at the contrast. And I'm not going to use the word bad because I don't like to say bad. I'll say con. It's something to consider. All right. So the first con on my list would be the fact that Brookhaven, Georgia, the situation is great. As I said, the location is a great setup. But the opposite side of that is because it is in between a few North Metro suburbs that you have to kind of pass through Brookhaven to get to, you will sometimes experience some congestion in some portions in some areas of Brookhaven, Georgia consistently. All right, so if you commute often and you're not interested in alternative means of commuting to work, like say public transportation, then you just need to make sure you plan your route. Look at Google Maps and get a baseline of what the average commute times would be during your time. So I just don't want you to be surprised, all right? So there are some areas in Brookhaven that will struggle with congestion due to the fact that you have to pass through Brookhaven to get to other suburb areas in Metro Atlanta. All right. So con number 2, and that con is the last con. I only have 2 cons for Brookhaven, Georgia, and that is construction is everywhere. So if you do not like, living through the ugly phase, then Brookhaven, you might want to reconsider, because Brookhaven, Georgia is going through so much construction because it's a new city. It's an area that's thriving and they have goals. And when you have goals, you got to get there. And the only way you can get there is construct it. So a few points to consider. The city center of Brookhaven, Georgia is currently in construction, as well as renovations to the Brookhaven Park, as you saw on the drone shot. So the city is going through some construction in several major key routes in the city. So you're going to have to bear with that if you decide to call and make Brookhaven home. All right. But all things considered, I think that if you can hang in there and you can go through that process, the outcome will benefit you greatly. And I think it will make for a very, very good, enjoyable quality of living in the city of Brookhaven, Georgia. So that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed the overview of the city of Brookhaven, Georgia. And I hope you've learned something in today's video. If you have, hit the like button, drop a comment down below. Let me know that you have learned something new about the city of Brookhaven, Georgia. As I always say in my videos, here's my disclaimer. Allow this video to be a resource to you, a link in your chain. This video should not be a make or break for you. It should not be a yay or nay. It should just give you some perspective to consider as you continue to research the cities that may work for you in Metro Atlanta. And if you're thinking about moving to Brookhaven, Georgia, I hope that you consider subscribing to the channel and plugging in, because I will be there more. All right. You will start to see property tours, community and neighborhood overview and tours. So if you really want to know more about Brookhaven, Georgia, this is the channel for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you. Oh, hold on. My last thing. If you want to buy or sell or relocate to Metro Atlanta and you do not have an agent at this point, feel free to reach out to me. I can assist you with that journey and making sure that it's a smooth move here to the Metro Atlanta area. As a 11.5-year veteran in the game of real estate here, owning my own firm, I know the process and I can ensure that you go about it in the right way. All right. So if you need me, contact information should be on the screen and you can always find it in the video description below. Hope to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.